This is Basketball More Than a Game with coaches Goins and Quick. Former high school coach and player have teamed up again to share their knowledge of the game and life skills on and off the court. Brought to you by United States Basketball Association, the leader in youth basketball. USBAHoops.com. Now get ready to chop it up with coaches Goins and Quick.
Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Coach Goins along with Coach Quick. And you know what? We are live on the campus of Fayetteville State University. And we're in the Capel Arena, and we are down with our title sponsor, United States Basketball Association, as we honor the late Coach Jeff Capel and the ALS Foundation. So all proceeds from today's camp will go to the Jeff Capel ALS Foundation at Duke University. Coach Quick, one of your main Tar Heels just bust through the door, and I saw you light up. What's popping?
Hey, what's going on, Coach G? You want to know what's popping with Coach Q? Man, I'm so excited to be on the campus of Fayetteville State University here today, home of the Broncos, honoring the legendary Jeff Capel and the ALS Foundation. And Ed Cota, one of my Tar Heel brethren, just walked through the door. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure those sneakers are laced up tight and stay tuned to ESPN Radio 1240, The Boss.
All right, so this is Coach Goins and Coach Quick. We're back, and you know what? We're sitting right here courtside, so in behind us, you see a whole lot of dribbling going on, a lot of basketball. But before we get ready to rock and roll, we got to set the table segment. It was brought to you by, that's United States Basketball Association. Visit their website at USBAHoops.com, the leader in youth basketball tournaments and camps. Register today. So listen, Coach, Monday Night Football, we got 2 games on tonight.
Yes, sir.
So what's the first game?
Okay, the first game of the evening, we got the Tennessee Titans and the Buffalo Bills kicking it off at 7:30. And then the next game is the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Whoa. So that's going to be 2 barn burners. So you know what? Both of us is 0-1 going into tonight's games.
Yes, sir.
Because we took Denver and we came up on the short end, but that's okay. So this time, what I'm going to do, I am going to go ahead and take the Buffalo Bills.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm going with you. I'm in the car with you. I'm taking the Buffalo Bills in that game.
All right, so the second game you said was?
The Minnesota Vikings against the Philadelphia Eagles.
I'm going to ride with them birds. I'm going to take the Philadelphia Eagles.
All right, since you're taking the Eagles, I'm going to take the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going to go with a former Washington commander in Kirk Cousins.
I figured there had to be an underlying reason why you took those guys over the Philadelphia Eagles, but that's all right. So here's the thing. So let's go back and let's look at the Bills versus the Titans.
Yes, sir.
And the reason why I'm taking the Bills, I'm just going to go just one man on the field, and that's Allen.
Yes, sir.
And I think he will be able to command the respect, get the things that need to be done in order to get that dub for the Bills. Your take?
Hey, I completely agree with you. Josh Allen, I think he's a future candidate for MVP of the league this year. The Buffalo Bills are laying it down. They came out in the first game last week against the Los Angeles Rams, and they put it on the Super Bowl champs. So I'm going with Josh Allen and the Bills as well. I mean, he's a leader. The guy can throw it. So let's get ready to rock and roll and lace those cleats up tight.
You know what? And I'm going to transition to the city of brotherly shove. The city of brotherly shove, brotherly love, as they call it, Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to roll with those Eagles just because, once again, the quarterback play.
Yes, sir. Hey, and you're right. Jalen Hurts is going to bring it. But I got to go with the veteran and Kirk Cousins, man. He's been through it. He's seen it all. So I'm going with him and his body of work. And I like the new coaching staff with the Minnesota Vikings. So that's why I'm rolling with them.
Well, you know, that's 2 games Monday night. But the cap of the week, of course, is going to be that Thursday night game.
Yes, sir.
And if you ain't, here's our unofficial plug for Prime TV. If you ain't got Prime TV, you better get it, because my boys will be on Thursday night, and we're going to be playing none other than the Cleveland Browns. And you know I got to roll with my Steelers.
Yes, sir. Hey, I'm rolling with the Steelers, too. Hey, they got a Tar Heel on their roster, and Mr. Mitchell Trubisky as a starting quarterback. So, hey, I'm rolling with the Steelers. I'm rolling with that running game. And man, we can never go against Mike Tomlin.
Watch out now. Be careful. Be easy. So you know what? We are in the middle of a basketball camp talking about football. But that's what we do right here on the GQ Coaches Show, because it's all about the real talk in sports. So you know what? What we're going to do, we're going to be setting up some great interviews because there is some basketball legends in this facility. As I kind of look over my shoulder, they're just all scattered out. So when they're going to be popping, we got just guys that's just absolute oozing with basketball knowledge. And what we're going to do, we're going to tap into that. But as we continue with this segment, Set the Table, we hope that everybody's teams are playing well with going into week 2. We know there's been some major injuries. Okay, so the ones and you know what? I really feel sorry for Dak Prescott.
Yes, sir.
You know, what can you do? The guy had an ankle injury, then I think somebody might have just dunked right over my shoulder.
Yeah, they did.
Okay. I just make sure you ain't think that was Coach Goins hanging on the rim. But in that, Dak just got injured, hurt his finger. Now he's going to be out. What is it? What is it with these guys in week 2 injuries? Is that just a freak thing? What's your take on that?
Well, you know what, Coach G, the key element to Dak Prescott's injury, he's without his starting offensive tackle, his left tackle, the guy to protect his blind side. So therefore, that injury came up again on Sunday night against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he had a rookie starting at left tackle, protecting his blind side. So hey, Jerry Jones and the Cowboys got to get somebody in there that's going to be able to protect Dak Prescott. Now he's out 6 to 8 weeks. He had thumb surgery the other day, but with best of luck, and we wish Dak a speedy recovery.
You know what, and not just that, also on what was it, not the Chargers, the Chargers. The Chargers quarterback got a little dinged up the other night, so hopefully he'll be able to come back and make a good showing. But you know, just a little disappointed in their performance, even though I did take Kansas City.
Yes, sir.
And the bottom line to this, we don't ever want to see any player get hurt. No form reason why, but for some reason, it's like some teams can't get out of their own way before guys get absolutely hurt. And I hate it for them, but that just happens, Coach. So how's the matter of fact, y'all got a dub on week 1, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a big time win over the Jacksonville Jaguars over the weekend. You know, hey, we got to shore up those interceptions from Carson Wentz. But if we do that, the Washington Commanders definitely have a chance to be a successful football team this year. And as we go into week 2, we're going to the Motor City. We're going up against the Detroit Lions. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure those cleats are laced up tight and watch the Commanders. Hail to the Commanders. Yes, sir.
Watch out now, you're getting a little carried away just because y'all got some new colors and a new name. Yeah, y'all got to say, no, I'm just busting this chops. But listen, we're having a great time. It is, you know what, it's nothing like being on the campus. It's nothing like being in the Capel Arena. And, of course, the legendary Mr. Felton Capel, who is Coach Capel's father. And that's who the facility, the arena is named after, is Felton Capel. And as we sit, Mr. Felton Capel's picture's up on the left and Coach Capel's up on the right. His wife, Jerry Capel, is in attendance, so we'll be having her on. But we're just going to be talking a lot of sports. We're live on the scene on the campus of Fayetteville State University with the United States Basketball Association, and they are sponsoring the ALS Jeff Capel Foundation, and all proceeds today go to the ALS Jeff Capel Foundation at Duke University. So listen, we're going to step away, get some other things lined up. The United States Basketball Association, the USBA, was founded in 2005. The USBA has been a leader in grassroots basketball tournaments and camps for boys and girls of all ages across the United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico. It is our goal to develop young people and equip them with skills that will help them advance both on and off the court. Visit their website at usbahoops.com. Their email is info@usbahoops.com or by telephone at 704-649-6812. All basketball, all the time. And thank you for playing USBA. There's a lot of reasons why people trust Chris Montgomery at Alcova Mortgage. They have a diverse lineup of loan programs. So whether you're looking to buy a home, refinance, or tackle college expenses with your equity, you can put Chris Montgomery at Alcova Mortgage in the game for you. Call 540-290-0558 or go online to alcova.com/C Montgomery.
Looking for something fun but different to do? Join a group of friends, family, or co-workers to destroy electronics, break some glass, or even throw some axes. At the Havoc House located downtown Waynesboro, Virginia, visit their website at havochouseva.com and book your appointment today.
The United States Basketball Association Future of the Game Annual Fall Showcase, the #1 fall tournament for youth basketball. Over 100 teams are expected to participate October the 28th through the 30th, Marietta, Georgia. Multiple court facilities. Players' write-ups will be provided by On the Radar Hoops. All teams are welcome to participate. Travel teams, school teams, rec teams. Boys teams 2nd through the 9th grade, girls teams 4th through the 9th grade. MVP awards for each division. Register online at turnermachine.com/E112102 or call USBA at 678-822-1235 for more information. I just ducked out of that bag. You didn't think I still had that lightning quick lateral movement. So listen, as we are in our Set the Table segment sponsored by the United States Basketball Association, we have none other than ESPN outstanding analyst, former college basketball player. He's on the circuit, Mr. Chris Patola. Welcome to the GQ Coaches Show, Coach.
It's good to be here, fellas. What took so long? I've been watching you get after it over here. What took so long?
Yes, sir. Hey, we glad you're here. That's for sure.
But yeah, it was. You know how it is. It was just trying to get the acoustics just right, and being so close to the court. We thought about moving upstairs, but we wanted to stay close. So listen. First of all, I want to thank you so much for you guys being here today, honoring Coach Capel. And I know you spoke to that earlier to the campers. If you don't mind sharing with our listening audience what this day really is all about.
Yeah, it's about what I think is a first family of basketball in the state of North Carolina, the Capels. It's about the legacy of Coach Capel and Jerry Capel and what they've done. You know, you guys know this, like sports and certainly the game of basketball is it's a fellowship. You know,
Yes.
It's bringing together of people, and it's about teaching legacy and teaching not only the game but teaching that legacy to young people. So to be able to do this as long as we've done this, I mean, we're now on a little bit of a few year run here doing this camp and this clinic here in memory of Coach Capel. So to be able to sort of obviously teach the game of basketball, but to impart the legacy of the Capels has been a really cool thing.
Yes, sir. And you know what, Chris, it's just a pleasure to be here today watching you guys coach up these kids and teaching them not only about basketball lessons, but teaching them about life lessons.
Yeah. Look, you know, sports, for me, it's taught me most of the lessons, you know, outside of my parents that I still lean back on. You know, it's sports is, you got your down times, you got your up times, and it's you know, you have to go through failure, you have to go through adversity, and that's what sports it's done for me. So to be able to pass that on and to use, you know, again, Coach Capel's legacy as a vessel for that, to use sports as a vessel for that. In my opening talk to the camp, I don't think I mentioned basketball once.
No.
You know, I mentioned about bringing a good attitude, bringing good effort, and how to talk to people, how to communicate, looking people in the eye. Didn't mention the game of basketball once, and I think that's where you can use sports to impart those lessons of wisdom, which I think is a good thing.
Hey, you know what, Coach? I want to go here. I was watching one of your videos, and as you were opening up your clinic, you talked about the word trust.
Yeah.
So, if you don't mind, share with our listening audience what that means as it relates to life as well as sports, trusting and believing.
I think trust is ultimately what we're all trying to find, be it within our families, our relationships, our friendships, or in organizations that we're a part of. You have to be trusted, and I think trust is earned. You know, there's not a magic dust that you wave over people. And, you know, be it my time in the military, be it my time working at Duke for Coach K, or be it now, you know, being in the industry of the media, it's, you know, trust is built by doing your job over and over again the right way.
Yes, sir.
And over and over and over again, and eventually people begin to trust you. And I think once you have that, now you have the ability to you know, that's how you win. That's how organizations grow. And I think young people, you know, again, you've got to learn how to do that. And whether it's getting up in the morning, I always start with, talking to people about making your bed, for example.
Wow.
It's your bed.
That's right.
Your mom didn't sleep in that bed. Your dad didn't sleep. So why am I going to have my mom come in and make my bed? And if you get up in the morning, you make your bed over and over, all of a sudden now your parents begin to trust you. It's the same. You take those lessons to any organization, to being on a team. If I'm the guy stepping in, I'm going to step over. I'm going to take that charge every single time. I build trust for my coach and my teammates. So yeah, trust it's vital.
Hey, yes, sir. What do you think, Coach Quick?
Hey, I completely agree. You got to be able to trust your teammates. You got to be able to trust your family members. And hey, you got to have somebody that's going to have your back. If I'm going in a foxhole, I need Coach Patola or Coach Goins here with me to have my back. So you got to be able to trust.
Yeah, here's when I want to go when I know coaches got to get back at it. So basketball season is officially open. Give us, who's your dark horse this year in college basketball?
Dark horse, man, good question. I think first of all, a lot of familiar names at the top. You got to start with the Tar Heels first and foremost. They are. You don't like that pick, or you do like that?
I love that pick.
Well, they're to be honest, and what do I know? But they're going to be my. When we start putting out our preseason, they're my preseason one. First of all, they played in the Final Four, they played in a national championship game. To be able to bring back the experience and the talent level they have. All those fans who were clamoring for Hubert Davis to be fired in February, where are they all at? I haven't heard from them lately.
Absolutely. Hey. Yes, sir.
So, look, I think the fun thing about this season, and we're starting to see it, I think NIL has a lot to do with that. I think positionally, you got a lot of guys coming back. Oscar Shibwe at Kentucky, obviously Armando Bacot, and a lot of those guys at Carolina. I think Gonzaga's going to be good again. Drew Timme came back. So, I think nationally, I think it's going to be, a more talented year. I think you're going to have better teams. I think the Atlantic Coast Conference, this league was down last year. Right. I think this league overall is going to be a lot better coming into the season. So I think we got a great college hoop season coming up.
Well, you know what? Yes, I'm excited. I know Coach Quick, he almost had to call 911 when Ed Cota walked in the door. I was like, keep your composure, Coach. We're gonna get him on the horn. So any comments that Coach Quick rolls out?
You know what, Coach? I agree with you about the Tar Heels being preseason number one. But if I had to go with a dark horse team this year, those Cougars from Houston, they're bringing back some talent. They're going to be loaded, and they get in your chest. They guard you. So that's going to be the main thing, being able to guard this year and putting that pressure on opposing teams' offense.
I love it. Kelvin Sampson, man, I'm telling you, he's not underrated, but because maybe he's at Houston, not talked about enough. He'll take your guys and beat you, and he'll take his guys and beat you. He's a terrific coach.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And when you mention the Tar Heels, I think they're bringing back the best backcourt in the country in Caleb Love and R.J. Davis. Matter of fact, Dickie V, he even announced and said that they're going to have the best backcourt in the country. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, if Dickie V said it, it's got to be true.
Absolutely.
Hey, so listen, we're sitting here chopping it up with none other than ESPN analyst, former basketball standout at the U.S. Military Academy, former basketball coach with Duke, assistant Duke University coach, and ESPN analyst, Mr. Chris Patola. There's a lot of reasons why people trust Chris Montgomery at Alcova Mortgage. They have a diverse lineup of loan programs. So whether you're looking to buy a home, refinance, or tackle college expenses with your equity, you can put Chris Montgomery at Alcova Mortgage in the game for you. Call 540-290-0558 or go online to alcova.com/C Montgomery.
Looking for something fun but different to do? Join a group of friends, family, or co-workers to destroy electronics, break some glass, or even throw some axes. At the Havoc House located downtown Waynesboro, Virginia, visit their website at havochouseva.com and book your appointment today.
The United States Basketball Association, the USBA, was founded in 2005. The USBA has been a leader in grassroots basketball tournaments and camps for boys and girls of all ages across the United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico. It is our goal to develop young people and equip them with skills that will help them advance both on and off the court. Visit their website at usbahoops.com. Their email is info at usbahoops.com or by telephone at 704-649-6812. All basketball, all the time. And thank you for playing USBA.
Looking for a smarter way to shop for your insurance for you and your families? Look no further. There is help. With several different companies and plans to choose from, whether it's life insurance or Medicare supplemental plans, finding the right plan has never been easier. Licensed with multiple companies and able to shop various rates, plans to help find the best plan for you and your budget. Independent insurance broker Curtis Jackson is the one to call for help. Call Curtis now at 919-614-5796 for a no-cost consultation. Are you behind with your spring cleaning? Allow True Sparkle Cleaners to clean your worries away. A veteran-owned business who serves Fayetteville and surrounding areas, call Ashley at Sparkle Cleaners today for your free estimate. 910-781-8488, and we will clean your worries away.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Coach Goins, and we are back in, and we are live on the campus of Fayetteville State University. As we move into this timeout segment, it's brought to you by the Havoc House of Waynesboro, Virginia. Make your appointment today at 540-447-1362 and come in swinging. But you know what? I might have to have Coach Quick go by the Havoc House after we finish up with our very special guest. And you know what? As we sit right here in the Capel Arena, I can't do it justice, so I'm going to turn it over to you to introduce our very special guest.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to some and present to others. He's the legendary point guard of the 1997-98 North Carolina Tar Heels, Mr. Ed Cota. Welcome to the GQ Coaches Show.
Appreciate you guys having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, Mr. Cota, I've already told him before we came on air, we had one of his main guys, a great friend of the show, Mr. Terrence Newby on the podcast. And now, Terrence, you got to step up because your man Ed is in the building. And we're here on the campus of Fayetteville State University chopping it up. Appreciate Ed taking the time out to come down and support Coach Capel in the USBA. So, Ed, man, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. Just trying to help these kids get better in basketball and get better in life. And that's basically what my purpose is right now.
Well, I know one thing. You could get in between them lines right there. What do you think, Coach Quick? And folks, you don't understand. I got the fan on Coach Quick. I got a block of ice he's sitting on because he's about to pass out. Because seriously, I coached Coach Quick about 27 years ago when I was coaching high school basketball. We used to play Terrence. We were in the same conference, but I know he's probably the biggest Carolina guy I know. And him sitting here and you taking time out and being on the show means a lot for me, and I know it does to you. So, Coach Quick, I'll kick it to you.
Yes, sir. Ed, man, I just like to say it's a blessing to be sitting here chopping it up with you at the Capel camp here on Fayetteville State's campus. Man, it's just a blessing. Being able to watch you play over the years, man, I go back. I remember that starting backcourt, you and Shammond Williams, Vince Carter, Antoine Jameson, Ademola Okalaja, or Maktai Inja. At that time, the Tar Heels considered they had a six-man starting lineup. And I just like to pause for 1 second and say RIP to Ademola Okalaja, because he was definitely a great Tar Heel, and he's definitely going to be missed.
Great teammate.
Yes, sir. And Cota, man, you guys went to what, 4 Final Fours?
3 Final Fours. 3 out of 4.
3 out of 4 Final Fours. And I just wanted you guys to be able to reach the pinnacle of it all and win it. People don't understand how hard that is.
No, it's tough.
Yes, sir.
You need a little bit of luck and a lot of details you got to pay attention to. And it was unfortunate that we came up short 3 times, but I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
Absolutely. Could you tell us a little bit about Coach Gutt and Coach Smith?
Oh, those are great guys, great team guys, family-orientated guys, always prepared us well, on and off the court. Always preach great principles to us, and those 2 guys were always on the same page, so that made it a lot easier.
Yes, sir. And to honor Coach Capel a little bit, you played with his son Jason, right? He's a Tar Heel brethren, so just want to talk a little bit about your relationship with Jason.
Yeah, one of my good teammates. He came in with high expectations. Unfortunate that he had a back injury that didn't help him reach his full potential. But through it all, he stayed positive, and I think that's a credit to his dad. That's the reason I'm here now, show my support for a good cause. But I think he installed a lot of great principles in Jason, and it just carried over. Like he was a team player. Like I said, he was dealing with a serious injury, but he never let it affect his relationship with the rest of us, and he was always uplifting. Good guy, great guy.
Yes, sir. Coach G, I'll kick it over to you.
Well, I'm sitting here, folks, chopping it up with these Carolina guys, man. I don't know if I can stand the heat as it keeps boiling out of the kitchen. But, Ed, I want to go here with this, man. What is it like coming out of that tunnel at the Dean Dome?
It's everything. Like the first time I came out of that tunnel, I had goosebumps. The very first time, yeah, it was. I think it was for Midnight Madness, and the place was going crazy. But yeah, we had a lot of support. So anytime you was running through that tunnel, you feel some chills, and it's a great feeling.
I can only imagine. So here's where I want to go with this as well. So if you don't mind, put you on the spot. When I ask you this question, I need for you to just, with the first thing that jumps in, what is your greatest Tar Heel moment?
That's tough. Somebody just asked me that. I don't really have a greatest Tar Heel moment. One of the moments that was actually great was when Dean Smith became the all-time winningest coach. That was a great moment to be a part of. But as far as for myself, I never really think about it that much.
All right, but
did a lot of winning.
Ain't no doubt about that. Go ahead, Coach.
Hey, that particular game took place in Winston-Salem at Lawrence Joel when Coach became the all-time winningest coach. I'll never forget it. It was in the NCAA tournament second round, and when he reached 879. That gives me goosebumps just to sit here and think about it because, man, let me tell you this. When the Tar Heels lost, I cried. That's how much I bleed Tar Heel blue. You cut me open and I'm bleeding that Tar Heel blue. You can believe that. But I can't let you get away from here, Ed, without asking, what are your expectations of the Tar Heels going into the 2022-23 season?
We got high expectations. Like for me, I'm expecting to hang up a banner. But you gotta take it one game at a time and stay humble, keep working. But I think we got a really good team, very good team.
Yes, sir. I got to put you on the spot. I think you and Shammond Williams were one of the greatest backcourts in Tar Heel history. Where do you rate Caleb Love and R.J. Davis?
Oh, they there. They got a lot of work to do, though.
Yes.
That's real talk.
I'm a fan of the backcourt, but yeah, they gotta step it up a little bit more.
Yes.
I think the fans expecting to have a big season, and they're gonna be a big part of that. So I'm expecting them to lead us there.
All right,
absolutely.
Hey, I got one. I got a question. So when you coming down, you leading that break, and you got Antoine Jameson on one side, and you got probably one of the best all-time dunkers in the history of games, right? Vince, take us to that. I'm a big dude, and I was never a point guard. So what is it like coming down on that break? What was easy? Was it easy to go left, or was it easy to go right?
For me, I just try to keep everybody involved, especially the fans.
Okay.
That was important for me. Like I played to win, number one,
right,
and to entertain the fans. So anytime I could make a spectacular play, I would try to do it. So if I got Vince, it had to be somebody. If it's Vince and any of my teammates at North Carolina, I'm throwing it up to Vince.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But if it was Vince and I might have, another high riser
right
on the other side, it might go to him.
Right.
Just depends. On the defense too.
But I tell you what, man, I want to end it with this from my side of it. It was a privilege to watch you play at such a high level. You know the game, you respect the game, and what you brought to that team. Because think about when folks, here's where I'm going this. When you play in 3 national championships, right? I don't care, win, lose it, you there, right? That's stuff that only these young kids that's in this gym today can only imagine. Sometimes some of them may not believe who's in their presence. I know Coach Quick did because, like I said, when Ed walked in the gym, I think Coach Quick almost had to I dialed 911 and I just kind of put it on pause before he come because he said, "Coach, there he is right there." And I turned, "It's Ed Cota," and I was like, "Yeah, it is." But in that, it's just an honor and a privilege that you're here. And I'll give Coach Quick the final question.
Hey, Ed, I'd just like to ask you, man, okay, going back, where did you and Terrence Newby's relationship begin? He told us some stuff on the podcast, but I want to hear your perspective.
Yeah, that's one of my best friends to this day, especially, we met in North Carolina, but he came to pick me up from the airport.
That's what he
Yes, sir.
said.
That's what he told us.
Him and Coach Ford, Phil Ford, they came to pick me up from the airport, and we just built a relationship from then on. And I guess we came from the same type of backgrounds, and we had a lot in common. And we just hit it on from there. Like, we still, I just seen him last week.
Yes, sir.
I was just on the phone with him yesterday. Like, that's my guy.
All right.
Absolutely.
So listen, Terrence, if you ain't listening, you need to be checking out the GQ Coaches Show, because we got your main man sitting across from the mic, and that's Mr. Ed Cota. Coach Quick, man, I'm going to let you go ahead and close this session out. And you know what? First of all, Ed, and my last thing, just thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much for taking time out. I know it means a lot for Jason, for you to take, clean your schedule, slide in and honor Coach Capel along with the organization United States Basketball. Coach Quick.
Our timeout segment has been brought to you by the Havoc House of Waynesboro, Virginia. Make your appointment today at 540-447-1362 and come in swinging. We want to thank our segment sponsor, the Havoc House of Waynesboro, Virginia. Make your appointment today and come in swinging.
Looking for something fun but different to do? Join a group of friends, family, or co-workers to destroy electronics, break some glass, or even throw some axes. At the Havoc House, located downtown Waynesboro, Virginia, visit their website at havochouseva.com and book your appointment today.
The United States Basketball Association, the USBA, was founded in 2005. The USBA has been a leader in grassroots basketball tournaments and camps for boys and girls of all ages across the United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico. It is our goal to develop young people and equip them with skills that will help them advance both on and off the court. Visit their website at usbahoops.com. Their email is info@usbahoops.com or by telephone at 704-649-6812. All basketball, all the time. And thank you for playing USBA. There's a lot of reasons why people trust Chris Montgomery at Alcova Mortgage. They have a diverse lineup of loan programs. So whether you're looking to buy a home, refinance, or tackle college expenses with your equity, you can put Chris Montgomery at Alcova Mortgage in the game for you. Call 540-290-0558 or go online to alcova.com/C Montgomery.
Are you behind with your spring cleaning? Allow True Sparkle Cleaners to clean your worries away. A veteran-owned business who serves Fayetteville and surrounding areas, call Ashley at Sparkle Cleaners today for your free estimate. 910-781-8488, and we will clean your worries away. Looking for a smarter way to shop for your insurance for you and your families? Look no further. There is help. With several different companies and plans to choose from, whether it's life insurance or Medicare supplemental plans, finding the right plan has never been easier. Licensed with multiple companies and able to shop various rates, plans to help find the best plan for you and your budget. Independent insurance broker Curtis Jackson is the one to call for help. Call Curtis now at 919-614-5796 for a no-cost consultation.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back and we're live on the campus of Fayetteville State University. And as we move into the Real Talk segment, it is brought to you by our sponsor, and that is United States Basketball Association. And visit their website at usbahoops.com. The leader in youth basketball tournaments and camps, register today. So, Coach Quick, you know what? You set the table. And as we move into Real Talk, I'm going to let you introduce our very special guest for this segment.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to some and present to others Mr. Greg Stevenson. He played his high school basketball at Fayetteville 71st, along with his brother, Gerard. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the GQ Coaches Show, Mr. Greg Stevenson.
Thanks for having me.
Well, you know what? We certainly appreciate it, man. And as the balls are bouncing behind us and everybody's like, man, where y'all at? So we're in the gym. That's just what happens as they lay it down. But in that, let's talk. How has basketball impacted your life?
Oh, well, sure. Basketball pretty much was my life. I mean, it took me across the world. It gave me an opportunity to get my education free and see the world and just meet a whole lot of different people, taste the different foods of the world, and just enjoy what life has to offer.
Now in that, being a standout from being in Fayetteville is just a mecca of basketball. You got E. Smith, 71st year alma mater. You got Southview and back in the day, and I was just telling the guys before we came on the air, is that I was actually in the gym when his brother, who was also absolute standout, these guys just could get it done, Coach Quick, in between the lines. When it came to hoops, when it came to 71st High School, everybody knew the Stevens brother.
Yes, sir.
Now, you went on to play at Penn State.
Yes, sir.
And so go ahead and tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I was fortunate to get a full ride to Penn State, Big Ten. I only ended up going for 2 years. Found out about a great coach down at the University of Richmond because when my brother went to play, and they told me about a great coach by John Beeline and his philosophy. And I felt like I needed to change the scenery and went down to the University of Richmond and had a great college career there as well.
Well, ain't nothing like the Richmond, boy. He ain't too far from my backyard. So, folks, we got somebody from the Richmond market and the Richmond Spiders, rocking and rolling. So tell us about, and I'm going to kick it to you, Coach, after this one. What is the most memorable moment that you had, watch this, when you were at 71st High School?
Most memorable moment at 71st. There's a lot of memories there that I cherish. Maybe that year we were ranked as high as 5 in the nation by USA Today. And we pretty much went undefeated the whole year and got upset in the playoffs, I think by a team that Cary that went on to win the championship, the state championship that year. But I think we were like 29-1. That's probably my most memorable.
29-1. All right, Coach Quick, what you got?
Hey, since you gave us your most memorable moment at 71st High School, let's go to Richmond for a minute. Give us your most memorable moment there and playing for the great legendary coach John Beeline.
Oh man, Coach Beeline, he's a fundamentalist. And when I first got there, coming from the Big Ten, I thought I knew everything. But my first couple practices at campus, he taught me that, you know what? No matter how good you think you are, you can always learn more. And he basically broke the fundamentals down. As I think one drill we did is called perfection. And I thought I was doing it right, but obviously not. He stopped drills, told everybody, you know, this is what you need to do. Stevenson, you need to do it as well. And it kind of made me take a step back and be like, you know what, let me just do what he says. And there's always so much more to learn about the game.
You know, and that's so important. I appreciate you calling that out, Greg, because here's the thing. The young guys that's out here behind me now, for the listening audience, is dribbling. And first of all, I want to thank you for taking time out to come out today for the Capel, ALS, and the USBA, and certainly appreciate that because it means a lot as one of Coach's former players as we sit here in the arena and I look over my shoulder and I see Coach looking down because he impacted my life. Because years ago we asked me, I couldn't score 20 points in the closet by myself with the light on. And when he was like, hey, you want to be my manager? And that's how I fell in love with the game of basketball. Coach Quick, about 27 years ago when I was coaching high school basketball. And so fast forward it, here we are today to be able to sit down, have legendary folks, stars of the game, guys that from the local level come back and give back. Now let me ask you this. Who was better, you or your brother?
On the record, I was better.
Excellent. Coach Quick.
Hey, I can imagine those backyard battles between you and Gerard was epic, man. So elaborate to us about that.
Oh man, it was pretty much every day. We had the light would come on, we turned the back light on just to keep playing. I mean, a lot of arguing, sometimes fighting, real physical. no backing down, so it's very competitive. And the neighbors will come over, they try to come play too. It end up being me and my brother go one-on-one. Everybody else stuck to the side. So it was something that neither one of us want to back down from. We were very competitive. We wanted to win.
Exactly.
But it made you a better basketball player every day, being able to battle against your big brother, didn't it?
Definitely. It built my confidence, and just to know that we can see what he was able to do, and I'm battling with him every night, gave me just the utmost confidence to do what I can do.
Absolutely. Coach G.
Hey, so what's going on now? And I know you played overseas, you retired. Tell us about what's going on in the world of basketball with Greg Stevenson now.
I did retire during that pandemic. I was over in South Korea.
Okay.
And that's kind of where everything was kind of real big. So I was like, you know what? We're going to go home. And it kind of continued and extended. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go and call it quits. My body was talking to me, so I'm going to shut it down and work on that next chapter.
I understand. Coach Quick, I'll let you close us out.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about coaching?
You know what? I've dabbled in it. I'm trying to see if I really want to do it. I don't know if I have the patience for it, but I've been helping out. Actually, I was at Fayetteville Academy last year with the varsity team with Coach Mims, and I've done a little bit with team ball AAU team. So I'm still trying to figure out is that what I want to do. But I mean, just to be around the game of basketball, I love it. So it might be something I might do.
Yes, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it from Mr. Greg Stevenson, former basketball player, stand out here in Fayetteville at 71st High School, as well as at Penn State Nittany Lions, as well as the Richmond Spiders.
The United States Basketball Association, the USBA, was founded in 2005. The USBA has been a leader in grassroots basketball tournaments and camps for boys and girls of all ages across the United States, Canada, and Puerto Rico. It is our goal to develop young people and equip them with skills that will help them advance both on and off the court. Visit their website at usbahoops.com. Their email is info@usbahoops.com or by telephone at 704-649-6812. All basketball, all the time. There's a lot of reasons why people trust Chris Montgomery at Alcova Mortgage. They have a diverse lineup of loan programs, so whether you're looking to buy a home, refinance, or tackle college expenses with your equity, you can put Chris Montgomery at Alcova Mortgage in the game for you. Call 540-290-0558 or go online to alcova.com/C Montgomery.
Looking for something fun but different to do? Join a group of friends, family, or co-workers to destroy electronics, break some glass, or even throw some axes. At the Havoc House located downtown Waynesboro, Virginia, visit their website at havochouseva.com and book your appointment.
The United States Basketball Association Future of the Game Annual Fall Showcase, the #1 fall tournament for youth basketball. Over 100 teams are expected to participate October the 28th through the 30th, Marietta, Georgia. Multiple court facilities. Players' write-ups will be provided by On the Radar Hoops. All teams are welcome to participate. Travel teams, school teams, rec teams. Boys teams 2nd through the 9th grade. Girls teams 4th through the 9th grade. MVP awards for each division. Register online at turnermachine.com/E112102 or call USBA at 678-822-1235 for more information. All right, this is Coach Goins back along with Coach Quick, and we are live on the campus of Fayetteville State University for the ALS Capel Camp, which is sponsored by USBA, and all proceeds will be going to the Jeff Capel Foundation at Duke University to fight the dreadful disease of ALS. So our very special guest, as we sit here at the table, is, matter of fact, probably the person that knows Coach Capel better than sometimes he may know himself. And that is his awesome wife, Miss Jerry Capel. Welcome to the GQ Coaches Show, Miss Capel.
Thank you, sirs, for having me.
Yes, ma'am. So, Coach Quick, I think there's a little story that you may want to tell the listening audience. So I'll go ahead and kick it to you.
Yes, absolutely. To our audience, Miss Capel, she actually taught me in 1st grade at Carthage Elementary School. She was my first grade PE teacher, and I like to say that I was one of her greatest students. So welcome my favorite PE teacher to the GQ Coaches Show, Miss Jerry Capel.
Thank you.
So, Miss Capel, here's where we want to go with this. Today's a special day, and not just for what we're doing. It's a special day for you. It's a special day for Jason and Jeff, as well as Coach. What does the day mean to you? Especially with it being a 2-year layoff with the pandemic, to be able to come back and be back at both of you all's alma mater.
It's just great to honor my husband this way. That's what I consider this an honor. You know, Jeff coached at a lot of different levels, but he always said the one he enjoyed the most was the high school level because the raw talent was there, just the raw talent. But it's an honor. In fact, Jason, my youngest son, came up with the idea of the camp, and we were flowing great until COVID hit.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is our first year back, and I'm proud of what I've seen today.
Yes, ma'am. And it's an honor. It's always a great thing that we clean our calendar and jump in the car and come down. And as I sit, and we're at the corner of the arena, and as I look over my shoulder, Coach is looking down on us. And as Ms. Capel said, you know, he enjoyed coaching that high school team. So, Coach Quick, I want you to realize I was a part of that.
Absolutely.
Right? I've been on the bus a long time.
Yes,
right?
sir.
I got on the bus when Coach was back in high school doing this thing and following him around. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be sitting behind this mic. He invested in me to be his manager. He believed in me. He taught me the game, even though I couldn't score 20 points in the closet by myself with the light on. But he believed in this. It's the least that we could do is come back each and every time and just give honor. Because as they say, it's a bill. It's something that we'll never be able to repay. Now, I want you to tell our listening artists and Miss Capel your Coach Capel experience.
Absolutely. You know, first and foremost, I just like to say Coach Capel pouring into you, it was also an investment into me because he allowed you to pour into me. And when you coached me 27 years ago at Union Pines High School, you gave me the honor of being able to talk to Coach Capel on the telephone when he was the head coach at Old Dominion University. And after I got off the phone with him, Miss Capel, Coach Capel asked Coach Goins, he said, "Man, who was that dude that just talked to me on the telephone?" Because I was chopping it up with him, talking about basketball, talking about life, and it was just a great experience to be able to talk to the man on the phone who was coaching big-time Joe Bunn at that time at Old Dominion.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So it was just a pleasure. I feel like Coach Capel poured into me as well by pouring through Coach Goins.
Your sons are at the height of college basketball, coaching in the HCC. Growing up and watching them, and of course, anybody knows the Capels. They are what I deem as the first family of basketball in North Carolina, being one playing at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, that's Jason. And of course, Jeff, head coach at the University of Pittsburgh, playing at Duke University. How was that impacted your life as the mother of two outstanding players, and the wife of one of the legendary coaches?
It was wonderful. It was wonderful. It was our entertainment. It's, you know, I remember when they graduated, when Jason graduated, because he's the baby. I said, "Jeff, what are we going to do? There's no more going to games." But I could go to the games, but it's just different when you have someone playing. Now, I didn't like to hear people talk about my babies.
Right.
I didn't like to hear them say bad things. That was tough for me. I could deal with Jeff because he was grown and I knew he could take care of himself.
Right.
But I didn't want people messing with my children.
Right.
But for the most part, I totally enjoyed it. It was like an adventure to me, and I could relate living in a military area. I could really relate to the military spouses, because I swear before they got to college, we were moving just about every 4 years, going somewhere else.
Right.
But everywhere we went, it was a step up that Jeff took for our family.
Right.
So I had a ball. But you know what? From his perspective, I think one of the most joyous things for my family is I remember when Jeffrey and Jason were little, both of them always said they wanted to go to Carolina. Both of them. It's just that Jeffrey met Grant Hill, and he fell in love with Grant Hill. And I remember saying, but baby, you're going to be a freshman. Grant's going to be a senior. But they have developed a bond. Duke was the best place for him. Carolina was the best place for Jason. And to see them be able to go to the schools that they wanted to go to was wonderful. That's a wonderful thing.
That's a great call out. Coach Quick.
Yes, you know, Miss Capel, I tell you, Jeff, as a freshman, him and Grant Hill led that Duke team to the Final Four that year. They were special together. Jeff was a starting point guard as a freshman for the legendary coach Mike Krzyzewski. I enjoyed watching them play. Want to touch back on Coach Capel's high school career. We had a couple of guests on our podcast. Bobby Collins, along with Robert Brickey, who played at E.E. Smith. And Coach Brickey used to talk about how when Antonio Johnson would come down to play at E.E. Smith for Coach Capel, man, they'd be throwing lobs, dunking it up. Robert Brickey would tell his teammate, look, I don't care how high you throw it up, you just throw it, I'm going to go get it. Because if Antonio Johnson going to come here and put on a show in my house, I'm going to put on the better show. But Bobby Collins talked about his relationship with Coach Capel and how they developed over the years, as well as his relationship with Coach Goins. It's just truly a blessing to be able to listen to that and chop it up.
Bobby was great. Bobby was so religious. And his mother, Lamont, you remember, his mother didn't want him to play basketball because she thought it was evil. And I remember it was hot because it gets hot down here during the summer. Jeff came home, he put on a long sleeve white dress shirt and a black suit and had the Bible in his hand.
And headed out.
And he went to see Bobby's mama. And when he came back, we had Bobby on Pinecrest basketball team.
Yes, ma'am.
You've seen a lot of basketball. You've seen a lot of players come. You've seen a lot of players go. And you have been you've been at the pinnacle of it all. Okay? No matter what goes on in the coach's life and the kids and your sons have always been in but I want to honor you. I want to thank you for what you've done and impacted everybody else's life. Sometimes people don't they realize it's Coach and it's Jason and it's Jeff, but it's Jerry Capel. It's Jerry Capel, it's the glue. And I've realized that the older I've gotten, and I know Coach means the world to me, and so do your sons, but you're an important piece to that.
Oh,
and without you keeping that house, keeping them straight, they wouldn't be who they would be. Without you being who you are, and we just want to honor you with that. Now here's my question. What is the greatest moment that comes to mind when I mention Jeff Capel?
My husband?
Yes, ma'am.
The greatest moment that comes to mind. That's hard. Because there were so many great moments in our life. I mean, you think about it. I married Jeff, we were 19 years old.
They were babies. 19
Absolutely.
years
I
old.
was here at Fayetteville State. I graduated from E.E. Smith at 17 years old. I immediately during the summer entered Fayetteville State for summer school. Went winter and summer the whole time. So at 19, we married in August. At 19, the only thing I had left to do was student teaching. Wow. So we married at 19. So to think about one moment, that's hard.
It's hard.
Because it's been so many. I mean, you think about it, when Jeff died, that was our 45th year of marriage.
Wow, it's a blessing.
Yeah. And this year would have been our 50th. So I can't name one moment because it's been so many. He blessed my life. He really did. He showed me a new way of life. He always, I used to tell him, because he worried we were moving so much, and I used to say, baby, I can make a home anywhere as long as I got you and these boys. And I really feel that. So it's no one. It's no one thing.
That's all right. I can understand. And that's the thing is, because here's the thing, Coach Quick.
Yes, sir.
Back in the day when I was in high school, right, we'd be out riding, nothing to do, ain't but one place we going. We going over to Coach's house.
Absolutely.
We'd pile over there, we'd come down them steps, and we'd be like, hey, next thing you know, Miss Capel will be up there getting, hooking us up, making a sandwich, got some fried chicken. Coach said, y'all got to go, right? But I mean, think about when back in high school when you have nothing to do, but we wanted to go over to Coach's house. It is tough. Coach Quick, your thoughts on that comment?
Hey, I completely agree with you, because kids get upset nowadays because, hey, I'm not playing the amount of minutes that I thought I would be playing. So they're off onto the next adventure for them. And that's not right, because these coaches put in the time and the effort in their busy schedules, recruiting, putting frequent flyer miles, going to recruit these kids.
Yeah.
If you commit to something, I say commit to it, stick to it, and invest in your body of work.
That was my husband's motto.
Amen. And you know what, Ms. Capel, I just want to say, as I look over here in the far right corner, Coach Capel is looking down on us, and he's smiling on you because of what you're doing to continue to prolong his memory. Amen. And I wanted to say as well, we had Jeff on our podcast, and you know what we asked him? We talked about basketball, but you know what we asked? We asked Coach, we said, what would you be in the kitchen cooking up, Jeff? You want to know what he said to us? He'll be cooking up some Chef Curry turkey thighs.
Yeah.
So I took that as that being one of his favorite meals.
No, one of his favorite meals is turkey wing.
Turkey wing, okay, yes ma'am.
And it's not the turkey wing with the drumstick attached. It's just the wing.
Okay.
And he'd love for me to do those. Whenever he comes, I do turkey wings.
Yes, ma'am. Well, it sounds like we got to be invited over there and get us some of them turkey wings, Coach G.
But I know one thing, because I asked him, I said, the camera's rolling, Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart standing in the kitchen. I said, what did you cooking? He said, I just ran across a recipe of curry turkey thighs. But it's just a pleasure. Thank you so much for taking time out, stopping by. Yeah, you hear the crowd behind us. The boys are playing, but we could not do this show today and not be on this campus honoring Coach Capel without his wife stopping by, chopping it up, giving us the real talk as relates to being a mother of two famous basketball players and now coaching in the ACC and having a legendary coach and keeping it all together. So it's none other than our pleasure, and we'll give it back to Ms. Capel for her closing comments.
I would just like to thank both of you for having me today. I don't usually like to speak publicly, so this is a first.
Okay.
But just thank you. It's been nice, and I thank you for the honor you gave me, the nice things you said about me, and don't you go telling a whole bunch of people that I taught you in first grade.
All right, folks.
You told the world today, baby.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, folks. So we're chopping it up with none other than Miss Jerry Capel. She is the wife of the late Jeff Capel II, former coach of Fayetteville State University, Old Dominion, and then the list goes on. Pinecrest High School, assistant coach at Wake Forest, the Fayetteville Patriots, assistant coach in the NBA with the Charlotte Bobcats, and finishing out with the 76ers, and she is the mother of Jeff and Jason Capel, head coach and also assistant coach at the University of Pittsburgh. This is Coach Goins along with Coach Quick, and this is closing out our real segment brought to you by United States Basketball Association. So visit their website at usbahoops.com, the leader in youth basketball.
You've been listening to Basketball More Than a Game with Coach Goins and Coach Quick. Our podcast is available on podbean.com.